Hey everybody, I hope you're having a good morning. We are going to quietly work through some scraps this morning. I thought I might do an ASMR video, but I'm thinking that probably any minute Chris is going to wake up, and um, so that wouldn't work for that ASMR format. So I found this little book. It's called Pause and Take Note. This is from the North Shore Animal League America. This is something that somebody sent me, and I thought the little notebook was really super cool. And I think what we're going to do today is just sort of um, alter this book. We're going to do some glue booking, and I have some fabric scraps out here and paper scraps and things like that. I also have my little palette of paints and a glue stick and just a regular old paintbrush and some wee bitty scissors. So let's just kind of get started, and maybe this will inspire you to pick up those, those abandoned kind of notebooks that we that we often see at places like Goodwill and sort of stores, and they're also offered as a lot of times they're offered as thank yous when you. So I'm sure that's probably what this is. This is probably just a thank you notebook from an organization. I'm a little croaky. I'm not doing well with the absence of my dog, and I'm just really trying to just work. That's the only way that I know to cure sadness is to just stay busy. And so that's why we are just going to stay super busy today. This is just a scrap magazine piece. I like the way it looks, and I think that we'll just use that as kind of like a background image here. And we'll do that. And we can just take a glue stick and glue this down. It's going to rain here this morning. Well, actually all day we're supposed to have rain. And I think that will be kind of nice because it's been really hot here. I think there is a hurricane brewing out in the Atlantic. I really do like tearing paper. I would love to know if you guys prefer tearing it or cutting it. I'm having a lot of issues with my hands. I've been doing this pretty steady for a long time, and it's not just the paper thing. It was playing guitar for a really long time, and you look at your hands and you're 65 and you think, wow, you've done a lot of stuff. Don't you? It's kind of funny when you think about it. I'm just opening this and turning the things that are overlapping on the front. I'm just putting those right here. Just kind of allowing them to overlap. I like doing things that are a little non-traditional. I've been doing a lot of modern watercolor, which I'm really, really enjoying. And I think I'm going to start doing offering paintings at my Etsy store and bookmarks and, other hand-painted things. I think it'll be, it's a really fun thing to learn something new when you are our age. It's just fun. It's fun to have something kind of new and exciting to, you know, to kind of look forward to. I like Diane Anton. I like the way she paints, and I like that she's, you know, she's our age. She's got lots of cool paintings. I'll leave her linked in the description box below. I don't think that one's going to be big enough to fold over. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider a tip over at, I have a tip jar set up over at PayPal. It's always super helpful. Alright, I did want to use this image, like right there. Right there. I think they'll be pretty. And I'm not going to be able to, I like partial images. I really don't think that you have to use a whole image for something. I think a partial image is really, really nice. And it's a great way to use something, you know, if you've miscut something on with your paper cutter or whatever. These were, you guys know that I do love the abandoned, reject, misfit items. I think everything has a purpose, even when it has been maybe seen better days, or, I mean, to me that adds interest and story and history to something. I just got a great bunch of stuff from precious stuff from Leanne. So thank you, Leanne. I'm so excited to have something to plow through on a rainy day. Everything she sends is delightful. I'm remembering that my pal Jay just had a birthday this week, and really, if it hadn't been for her, I would not be doing what I'm doing. She was my muse. She was also my first customer that ever bought anything from me. And she, you know, when people do that, it kind of like gives you confidence to, you know, to go on, right? This says winter 2020 on it. I like that we're, you know, we're going into the winter. I really don't think it needs any more words here. I'd like to finish this cover here. You know, we'll just put something on there. We'll just chunk it up. We'll just, you know, throw the kitchen sink at it, right? And then when we get done with these scraps, then, you know, we'll pick up some more scraps. I do think I'm going to give that a little bit of paint. This paint dries really, really quick. I could do a couple of things. I could use Poetique markers, but I really like the way the brush sounds in the water. And since this is kind of, you know, I'm doing some self-soothing. So I think we'll just give that, you know, a little bit of black. You can see that the black is pulling away from the paper because the paper's super slick. Y'all have posted some older videos that nobody's seen before because I posted them to Patreon, and so they were Patreon content, but now they're over on YouTube. So some new things, and also new things coming up. That's spilling over kind of nicely, and I'm sort of liking that. So I think I might do a little more of that. I am getting some roll here because this is, of course, not not watercolor paper, but you know, wasn't that fun? And then we get to hear that sound. I like that sound. All right, let's yeah, that was like the perfect thing to add right there. I really didn't have any plans for this morning to do a video or anything. You know, YouTube is it's kind of an afterthought for me, especially now. The algorithms and AI and all of that has really affected people who are YouTube creators. So, you know, not as many views, not as many comments. I've been listening to Diane again. I'll leave her linked below, talking about, you know, how AI is affecting her channel. And the one thing that I found really interesting with Diane, and as I support Diane, I'm really doing things that I can do to help her channel. To me, she's a healing channel, and I just really love supporting her. Anyway, so when you leave a comment, and comments are really important to YouTube algorithm stuff. So when you leave a comment, it needs to be over 5 words. Did you know that? See, I didn't know that. For some reason or another, this word beautiful just spilled out of this pile. And I really do like that. I'm kind of considering whether I want to put it on a, on something. Just kind of leave it like it is. I'm not sure. Let's see what it looks like if I just mount it here. And I am doing, yeah, that's pretty. I am doing a lot of tearing, y'all. So, you know, if you want to help my channel, then it would be awesome if you would comment, you know, with 5 words or more. It has to be 5 words. How about that? 5 is like a magic number. And comments are really helpful. I know that you guys know this, but at YouTube, you don't make income, right? I mean, unless you are just doing millions and billions of views, that's, you know, it just doesn't work like that. But anyway, you know, every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Look, now, look at that. I found that as well in this stack of stuff. Have something like this too, but I think that's a little, excuse me, out of context for what we got going on here. And like I said, this was not purposeful. This is just how things started happening here this morning. These things would be kind of cool. So I'm just kind of jamming things onto the page to see what happens. I need a big, kind of a big-ish something here. I also think it's okay that I'm leaving this, so I'll put something over here. It's very healing to do this sort of work when your heart is just broken. That's all there is to it. So I'm crafting through a broken heart. Find a little I'm looking for maybe oh, that would work out great. So 5 words or more in the comments, please, if you're so inclined. It would help me so much. Whoops. I love collage. My uncle was an incredible collage artist. He died of anorexia when he was 30 and I was 20. He was my biggest influence, you know, in art and music. And we were more like brother and sister than he was my uncle. I very much miss him. I really wish he were around, because I have so many questions. I have so many questions when I start doing things like this. Like, what would you do? We do need to get some text things going on here. That's pretty, isn't it? I don't have, this is a glue book for no reason at all. It's turning out pretty well. That's nice. Okay. This is a really fun technique. We'll just work our way through this really quick. So you just take strips of magazine. Again, I'm going to put some color down here. I think I'm going to choose a blue. I've got a nice dark blue right here. Kind of a cobalt blue, maybe. The paper, like I said a while ago, is, you know, it's not watercolor paper, so it's not reacting like watercolor paper. But, and even the, you know, the kind of rolling that I'm getting is interesting, right? I mean, to me it is. And like I said, it draws really quick, and that's fun. I'm thinking about the folks down in Florida. I have a friend in Tampa. They're really expecting some weather there. That's wet, and I don't think I'm going to get anything to stick to it. So we're going to work on this page while this one is drying over here. I think I want to put some color right here. So we got our strips. This morning I listened to Relax, Cut, Glue. Is that right? What a fun girl. And that kind of got me in the mood to maybe do a little glue book. And then I just got really sad. Then I couldn't do anything for a bit. But I pulled myself up by my bootstraps, or by my bare feet in my case. Oh wow, that turns out really good. Okay, this is drying. It's so much cooler here today than it's been. It's real nice. So a nice place to, maybe journal up some thoughts, journal down some thoughts. Maybe a quote. A quote would be nice there to add to this. See? That would be cool. I also really like this. Wow, okay. I'm just going to put that over the whole thing. And, we were talking about that whole Tammy likes abandoned stuff scenario. I'm just sticking things down. Because that's about it, isn't it? Because it says in memory of. Put that up there. That really brought that out a whole lot. My mom sends me notepads, which I can always turn into some artsy kind of thing. This book may have come from her. I think it might have. I don't remember. Think of a quote. I've got some on my desk, so we'll fill that out in a minute. I keep losing my glue stick. Thank you, Michelle, for the abundance of glue sticks she sent. Thank you. Love them. And then we can probably put a quote right here too, if we want. We've got a good lot of stuff going on there. I like all of that. We were talking about those half images. I think we'll use some fabric right here in addition to And this is very, it's very non-traditional, y'all. We didn't use, you know, we didn't. I'm just using what I have on my desk, and now I'm getting to the point where I don't have very much here, but I have this, and I think we're going to add a little bit of maybe a sunny yellow. We've kind of got a lot of blue going on in the first few pages, so maybe just some yellow. And I know that we won't see all this underneath here, but again, you know, thinking about healing, this is, you know, it just feels good to be moving, to do something, to be doing something. I think is really, really important to make your heart feel better. I really love, like, doing. And, you know, when you get our age, it's like, you know, the things that, you know, maybe that you used to love to do are harder for you to do. I used to love to ride my bike, and then I had shingles, and it's like, that's kind of difficult now. Because I didn't have an old lady bike, I had a 10-speed. But I'm you know, I'm working on that. I'm working on, you know, I'm working on getting better about it. So, but I have not been on it in a while. Sure, that's an airplane. This says judge not, and I kind of like that. So we're just gonna I think those eyeballs right there are creepy. So I'll just do that. And then I think Miss C sent me this. I'm going to do it like that. And I'm going to leave the scrappy stuff down here because, well, apparently I'm not, because it decided that I wasn't going to leave the scrappy stuff down there. This is one of my super mini paintings. When I'm painting, I have all these chippy bits left. And so I'll just take the background, the watercolor background, and just draw over it. I still have this right here. We can choose a word from this ideology chart. Ideology collection. So we can put found right there. I feel like it needs something. I'm really running out of stuff. All right, let's do one more little spread right here. It's starting to rain, and I might just sit and just kind of listen to the rain for a minute. That seems like a reasonable thing to do at the moment. And then I will finish this at another time. Please do click and subscribe to the channel and click on notifications. You know, if you're so inclined, you can put a few bucks in my tip jar. I am trying to set up the thanks tab on YouTube. Y'all like me. Social Security. I'm laughing, but it's really not funny. Dear me. You know, but I think it's really good to have a lot of gratitude, you know. No matter your age or what you do or what you've done, you're above ground. You're vertical, usually. Any day is a great day to be alive, because any day you can put love into the world, and you can spread a little joy, a little bit of happiness, a little bit of sweetness in a world that is becoming more and more hard to understand. That's just all there is to it. It's just like, this is baffling. Sometimes you hear things and you're like, what? What was that? So I think this turned out well for something that was completely unplanned, and something that I just threw on the desk. I think that it turned out well. I think that's about it. We'll do a little flip through. I'll add some quotes as well. Alright, let's see what we got done. So the book kind of started out like this. It was just a small, this is really small. It's like a 4 by 5.5 little plain notebook. And so we just collaged and did a few cutouts. We added a few words. I like the tactile feel of fabric. I like that we were able to do a little bit of watercolor on this. And you can see that even when it buckled, it left interesting bumps, even as it buckled. I'm not going to cut this off. I want a little bit hanging outside, because I have a few ideas for things that we could do with, you know, with little bits hanging outside as we work on our little 4 by 5 mini book. And here's where we will pick up, you know, probably tomorrow. I will be back on, and just remember to subscribe, to click notifications, and to maybe drop something in my tip jar. Run over to the Etsy store. I have some things for sale. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning, and making me feel a little bit better, just being able to talk to you guys. Have a